Okay, everyone, I want to explain to you exactly what's happening with Nissan regarding these oil pumps. Okay, I have purchased every single turbo auto oil pump, and I say turbo auto oil pump, on the market to prove a point. Recently, I've been told that the oil pumps that I'm selling are a 5-speed oil pump, yet all my invoices for oil pumps that I purchase say genuine turbo auto oil pump. The information provided back in 2009 when I measured oil pumps was factual in the point that at that time you were still able to apparently purchase those original turbo auto oil pumps that do have a thicker gear design. What does that mean now? Well, let's take a quick little history lesson about oil pumps from Nissan. Nissan made all of their oil pumps for the VG30 for years in Japan at Exuji. It is a city in Japan. The company Exuji was exclusively owned by Nissan and then later on purchased by Hitachi. Okay, so now all Hitachi oil pumps are genuine Nissan oil pumps and vice versa. It makes no difference. Every manufacturer out there that sells them, SKP, ITM, genuine Hitachi, Topline, Melling, all these pumps that are available that are all classified turbo auto oil pumps are all made by Hitachi. If they are cast somewhere else, then that is information that I do not know, nor do I really care about. All I'm going to explain to everyone today is what has happened to the original turbo auto oil pumps and what is going to happen going forward. Now, the original turbo auto oil pump was available through Nissan, exclusively through Nissan, for a few years during this heyday for the 2-valve VG30 platform. They are in LA, no longer available. There are no other pumps on the market that are like it. If you happen to find one, it is a fluke. If you happen to buy one that someone has, most likely it is used, or, as I'm told, I bought it secondhand as new old stock. That doesn't change the fact that everything available now is the same class as a turbo auto oil pump. Unfortunately, all these new pumps that are here before you share the same dimension. Okay? They are all still classed a turbo auto oil pump. That does not mean they are inferior. That does not mean they are weaker. They don't support the system well enough. It means none of that. What it means is that Hitachi and everyone else out there that makes this oil pump have all agreed or all come to the realization or conclusion or synopsis, however you want to label it. This standard pump is good for all generation platforms. Every single one of them, okay? Makes no difference. When I purchase the oil pumps, I buy genuine Hitachi pumps, okay? How you know? Because it says right there, made in Japan, okay? I bought these others to show a point about what's going on. I have Melling, I have Topline, the genuine Hitachi, ITM, 2 versions on ITM because they have a date transfer, but they have 2 different part numbers. And then this one is SKP, another generic brand that's offered, okay? Now, 2009, I made a post showcasing differences between oil pump gear thicknesses. At that point in time, someone had mentioned to me, hey there, I know there are 2 different oil pumps and we're seeing issues with them. Might want to take a look at it. I did some digging, did my due diligence, went in there, found the different oil pumps, started making my measurements, and I showed everybody exactly what was what. No one had done that before. I was the only one that stepped up and did this. Okay? Now I'm going through and I'm buying genuine Hitachi oil pumps direct from Hitachi, classified as turbo auto oil pump. My invoices and statements say turbo auto oil pump. Okay? Unfortunately, they have all been brought back to this, what's now people are saying, or standard 5-speed pumps. I can't help that, nor am I going to do anything about it. Why? Because if people want a thicker gear set for a pump that no longer exists, nor can you purchase it from anywhere, no one is going to make an oil pump drive system, meaning a gear set for a pump that doesn't exist. No one is going to make a gear drive system for used pumps because the market is not big enough to support it. It would be a huge waste of time and money for a manufacturer to do so. The only other option you have is to make an entire billet oil pump assembly with all new gears, all new billet backplate, billet housing, new springs, etc., etc. And that would be fine. The problem is, unfortunately, this market does not support itself enough to sustain a product of that nature at that cost. At least not yet. It could vary on later on down the road, no problem. We would be happy to support that for everyone involved. But right now, it's not needed. So here's what's going to happen. All the pumps that are bought and sold through us that were originally bought and sold from Hitachi as turbo auto oil pumps will remain the same. I cannot change that. I am not pulling anything over on anyone's eyes. I did not mislead anyone. I am directly telling you the option that I chose, the pump that I purchased, is a genuine now classified turbo auto pump. There is nothing anyone can do about it. Nothing. The original turbo auto pump was roughly only 100 thousandths thicker, and I think a few thousandths bigger in diameter, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check the measurements that were posted online from years ago. I'm not really concerned about it, and here's why. These pumps have been working great for many, many years, whether it be a turbo auto or even a 5-speed pump, which is what everyone is wanting to say these are now, okay? Based on the dimensions of the gear set that's available. What's happened now is that when I bought the genuine Hitachi turbo auto oil pumps that are classed now as turbo auto pumps, which are all these shown here in front of you, I sent one of these pumps directly to Travis at Boundary. Travis and I had a long discussion about what was needed and what was happening, and he agreed to facilitate and start producing gear drives for us. Now these gear drives are available for all these pumps that are out there right now. What does that mean in comparison to the original turbo auto oil pump? Well, based on the fact that this is a hypoid gear versus a gear rotor setup, which is what the new billet gears are, even these 5-speed gears, or now classified the new turbo auto gears, outflow the old turbo auto gear sets. Why? Because of the design of the gear rotor that Boundary has developed. Will this flow enough for your engine? Yes, way more than you will ever need. For a wet sump system, the new billet oil pump gears that are available to us flow an exceptional amount of volume. The data, I'm still waiting back from Boundary on this particular issue. I won't say issue, but just getting the data resolved to figure out the difference between what this is compared to the new ones. Now, pricing. The gear sets are expensive. They're nearly $500, but it's a product now that's new. It wouldn't have happened unless we had reached out to Boundary and made this work for everybody. So I'm happy to help everybody out and get these gear pump drives available. It is absolutely going to make oiling systems that much better for everyone for a wet sump system. Have I been misleading everybody? No. And I'll be very honest with you about that. And people are going to go, no, you're lying, bullshit, etc., etc. Fact remains is, if I'm sold from Hitachi a turbo auto oil pump on my invoice, that is what that pump is. I am not concerned what was measured back in 2009. I'm not concerned about what an old turbo auto oil pump is because they no longer exist. You cannot find one. If you do, it is on a rare occasion, and I would give my thumbs up to you if you want to buy one. Matter of fact speaking, buying one of those will be no different in performance from what this is, other than the fact that if you jump to the new billet gear drive, it will outflow the old, original, no longer available turbo auto oil pump. So what does that mean for everybody? Continue to buy these. If you'd rather buy a genuine pump online from another retailer that's half the price, that's fine. Do so. There are different key elements to some of these pumps that are a little quirky than others. Overall finish of the pump, particular bolts used, back plates, how they're made, gears. Some of these pumps come in, they're filthy. I mean, this one's disgusting looking on the inside. Let's look at this other one. This one's not too bad. I want to say it was one of these other ones. This one's not bad. That's an SKP. One of these is really, really bad. I can't remember which one it was. But you get what you pay for. We're trying to offer a product to everyone, okay? We're filling a void that this market has needed for a very long time. And we're being scrutinized because people are saying that we are, quote unquote, misleading the public on this. And that's the farthest from the truth. If I'm sold a product that is nomenclatured as a turbo auto oil pump, then that is what I'm selling based on what I'm purchasing. Nothing more, nothing less. I spent the money here out of my own pocket to prove to everyone I'm not hiding anything, and I don't care to hide anything. If you don't like what's offered, you don't have to buy it. I'm not saying that we're for everyone. There are other options out there. All I'm telling you is that if you would like a pump purchased through us, we are only going to sell genuine Hitachi oil pumps that we buy directly from Hitachi. We are not buying all these other ones that are available that we don't use. And the price is set accordingly. If you want to spend the 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, whatever the price is for these other pumps, by all means, go get one. Go buy the billet gear pump set and go on your way. I'm not going to stop you, and I'm not going to have any hard feelings about it. I understand people have money and they want to spend it wisely, and that's absolutely fine. I'm telling you that we're only going to vend genuine Hitachi pumps because they are originally made by Nissan and Hitachi bought them out. That's a genuine item that we are offering. We went to Travis at Boundary. We had the gear sets made for this. I wasn't aware that all these were the same. If I'm buying a pump and it classifies it as a turbo auto oil pump, I'm going to take it for face value that the original manufacturer, Hitachi, is going to say that they're selling the exact same pump to those dimensions. Am I wrong? No. Could I have checked? Yes, but I don't have another pump here to verify that. I guess I could have gone online and looked at those figures. But at the end of the day, it's really insignificant. Why? Because you cannot buy that old turbo auto oil pump anymore. It doesn't exist. It is a moot point. It is nil. Makes no difference what's going on. So what are we going to do now? We're going to continue going forward. If I want to classify these as turbo auto oil pumps, that's what I'm going to continue to do because that's what I'm buying them as. If people want to call these 5-speed pumps, you're more than welcome to. I really don't care. That's your prerogative. But I'm going to continue selling the genuine product that we buy at our rate and sell them modified with gear sets going forward. That's it. Nothing else to hide. If you guys have comments, questions, or want to reach out to us, please feel free to email us at tech@epracing.net. We're here to help everyone out regarding their VG problems, their build parts, etc. We do what we can to make sure you guys are taken care of as for the parts that you guys are needing. Are we perfect? No. Do we do the best we can? Absolutely. Do we make strides in trying to push the platform to a new generation to where you have bigger and better opportunities and better products to make more power? Yes. We deal a great deal in providing a top tier product for you guys as much as possible. And for people to come out and insinuate and assume that we're misleading the public just to make a sale is ridiculous. I have no problems if people said, you know what, just tell everybody they're 5-speed pumps. That's fine if that's what you guys really want. But that's not what's on our invoice when we buy these. So if you want to make the change, you guys will need to call Hitachi and make that request to them. But I'm here to tell you that they're probably not going to listen to anybody because they have their own ways of doing things. And that's the gist of it. You want a good ported pump? We offer them. They'll come with a billet gear set. You have the option of coating them, or you have an option of getting the Martinware process upgraded on those gear sets at any point in time. We're here 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, usually from 8 a.m. to about 5 p.m. Feel free to reach out and call, email, text message us. If I don't get back to you, please have some patience. It's really only a 1 or 2 man show here that gets a lot of this work done. We're doing the best we can to make sure you guys are provided with the best parts available. Like I said, no one's hiding anything. No one's pulling the wool over someone's eyes and selling something for something different. By no means. This is a manufacturing issue where they have gone through and made the change. I did not. I'm not reclassifying anything, nor will I. If I was sold these and they said, you know what, there's no more turbo auto pumps in existence, these are all going to be 5 speeds now, and that's what I had, then that's what I would absolutely sell them as. But that's not the case. My invoices say turbo auto oil pump. That is the designation. I do not care what was measured, what was offered back from 09 and before for today's use. If it doesn't exist, it is irrelevant. It does not matter anymore because it is not existent anymore. You guys have got to get off the horse with that. If something isn't available anymore, that doesn't mean that you go out and kick and scream and demand things be right, especially when none of those people are going to spend the time or money to make that decision to make things better. I am not going to do that right now. We're going to take this one step at a time. Until people start killing these pumps with the billet gear pump sets in them, that's when we'll make a change and we'll look at something different. But for right now, your options are this. W series or AB crank, run this pump ported or non-ported if you choose to with a billet gear drive. If you want to upgrade to a DE crank, You can buy our modified DE pump that bolts onto the block, and you can run that. It also have available the front spacers for the tensioner as well as the cam gears. All those things are available through us. Again, we're not hiding anything. I'm here to provide you information and solutions to what we have. Everything here was purchased out of my pocket, not the business's, to make sure I am telling you and being upfront and honest and transparent as much as possible, okay? Like I said, genuine Hitachi pumps, this is what we offer. A big thing I noticed just off the bat is taking the rest of these pumps apart. The bolts, the countersunk screws that are supplied with the genuine Hitachi are much longer than all these other ones that are provided, okay? Which means that the seat pressure pulling the back plate to the main case is greater. You have a greater grip on this back plate using these countersunk screws than you do all the others. All the others have this short one, and I'll grab one here to show you a height difference. Okay? That's the height difference, okay? So, going forward, this is what we're offering. This is what's going to be. I'm sorry if you guys feel that you're duped, but you're not. We provide an excellent service, I believe. We're pretty good as far as turnaround time getting these things done. And we offer this product, you know, at a fair price, I think, for what we're doing. And look, if you guys don't like it, you guys don't want to pay for it, that's not a problem. We completely understand. There are other options that you can go to. You can certainly buy a cheaper pump case and buy a billet gear set and pour it your own if you choose to, or not. Doesn't matter. Whatever you guys are wanting to do is at your discretion. Is not our decision, not our choice. Okay. Buy smart, ask the questions, get the right information, and don't hold on to information that was back from 09 and yesteryear, especially if those parts aren't available anymore. There's nothing anyone can do about that. If the market really dictates and demands that we need to have a bigger pump for a bigger billet gear set and everything else, I might look into that, but the market's going to have to dictate that, and I don't think it's there yet. It just isn't. There's not enough people out there making big power on these things that necessitates the need for something like that. So the first option that we did was port the pumps, right? Second option now is let's get a billet gear in there so we can actually flow more and make better use of this porting option that's in the case itself. So I just wanted to be upfront with everybody and put this out there. If you guys have any comments, questions, by all means, make them. I'm not interested in people making a snide comment or a statement on here. We're just having a discussion. So people want to go, oh, I had a birdie tell me this. Go do your thing, Dr. Doolittle. No one really cares about what you have to say about that. We're trying to deal in absolute facts of what's happened here, okay? I'm sorry you guys feel shafted if that's the case, but I feel shafted too because I'm led to believe that what I'm buying as a turbo auto oil pump is now what everybody telling me is genuine 5-speed. I can't help that. I can't. There's nothing I can do about it. But the best thing I can tell you to do, the best thing that we did was approach Boundary to get these gear sets made. And we're happy to have those available to you all. You don't have to buy them directly through us. You can buy them directly through Boundary as an option for you. But I wanted to make sure that you guys had something available so that you guys can move forward. So I'm not going to say you guys are welcome or anything, but I also want to make sure that you guys understand that we've been doing a lot of work on this platform for many, many years. And we try to give you guys the best options available. We worked with Ross on the dampers. Unfortunately, they didn't work out. They're making revisions on that, and they're getting that fixed apparently. We now have billet oil pump gear sets for these pumps here. And we offer, like I said, the 4-valve DE pumps upgrades that bolt directly to your block if you go up to a forged DE crank. So thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys spending the time to spend a few minutes with me as I go through this and explain this stuff for you. If you happen to find a genuine turbo auto oil pump from yesteryear, new old stock, used, be mindful. There's no options for doing anything with it. You're still on a center forged gear, even though it's just a tad thicker. It doesn't flow much more than what these are, and it definitely doesn't flow any more than what the new billet gear rotor design pump is, okay? We buy these at a certain rate. They are a little more expensive because I buy direct from Hitachi. I'm not buying through a third party, okay? Our rate is our rate. If I could find a cheaper price through direct with Hitachi, I would absolutely try to work that, but I can't. The amount of work that we go through with the pumps and getting everything else set up, it takes time. We have a bunch of equipment for guys that want to send their used pumps in. They get ported and put new gear sets in. We have vapor hone machines, ultrasonic machines. I mean, we have all these things at our disposal in-house. They cost us money, which means that the pumps cost money to process too. We roll that into one big flat fee so that if any of the pumps that come in that brand new that look terrible, we'll go ahead and process them as we normally would as a used pump so that the pumps look as best as possible and function as best as possible. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time for another TBA or an announcement that we've got going on. We've always got something new and exciting we're trying to debut and showcase to you guys. And like I said, any questions, comments, please feel free to write them down at the bottom. I'm not interested in snide remarks or anything like that. Good discussion, okay? Keep it at that. We don't need anything else going on. Hit me up with an email if you have concerns. tech@epracing.net. We'll be more than happy to help you out if you guys get in contact with us. Thanks.